To move on into week 3, I do want to provide you kind of some tips and tricks. This is your first peer review assignment for this composition course, so I really want to make sure that we go into it, with fully prepared for what we need to do in order to help our peers move forward into the revision process as they finalize Project 1. So thank you for your time and your attention. There will be a video screencast as well as a Google document to follow this. And best of luck in week 3. I hope to see many of you in the workshops. And again, email me with any questions you may have. Best of luck, your writing fellow, Michael. All right, guys, so really quickly, I want to lead you through the peer review worksheet for Project 1. So first of all, make sure you fill out this top portion. It just helps me keep track of who is writing the peer review and for whom you are writing it. Okay, so first thing, what I'm going to do here for number 1 and number 2 is give you an example of a full response, and then in number 2, give you an example of a surface level response. The reason I'm doing that is to help highlight the differences between the two of them. All right, so number 1, this is the full response. So notice what I'm doing here is I'm responding directly to the author. Instead of saying, yes, Michael did a great job of introducing his main point, I said, yes, you did a great job of introducing your main point. So what I'm doing is, again, imagine if we were in a face-to-face classroom and you were giving a response to a peer's work. You wouldn't speak to them in the third person. So same thing here in the online course or in the online university. You want to imagine that this is happening face-to-face, and this peer review is a way to really connect with your classmates and to help them improve their own work. So again, feel free to address them as people. Next thing I want to highlight is this word by. The reason I'm doing that is because the reason that this is a full response is that it gives an specific example for why I felt a certain way. So the question was, do the title and the first few sentences clearly introduce the analysis? I said, yes, Michael, you did a great job of introducing your main point that cats are better than dogs, of course, by leading in with a story that helped me as a reader connect to your topic and wonder what I could do to help all the cats of the world. So again, this by helps the author really hone in on what they did well, so when they go into editing and revising, they don't cut that part out. So if you love what they're doing, tell them specifically what you love about it. And this will help encourage that same sort of action, innovation, and composition throughout the rest of their work. Again, here you can see that I'm, again, encouraging them, but I'm adding specific details so that they're able to know what to keep and what they should edit. All right, so number 2. Here you can see, again, I answered 3 out of 3 for the discussion board prompts, but what I didn't do is provide any specific information that really would help my peer either reconsider their ideas or help them feel reaffirmed in their ideas. So just saying that, yes, you did this, or no, you didn't do this, that's not very helpful. Make sure we are actually giving the sort of review that's worthy of the amount of time your peer has put into this project. All right, so again, one of the main things with this peer review form is that each one of these numbers has a couple of different questions. Make sure you are answering each one of the questions fully, again, providing specific details. Sometimes it's helpful to use bullet points, whatever works for you. Just make sure you're answering each one of the questions under each one of the numbers. All right, one of the things I wanted to highlight here, the new insight. This can be one of the harder parts of Project 1 because we're approaching local issues, but we want to approach it from a different perspective or with a different sort of analysis. If you don't feel like your peer is meeting that mark, it's really best to not just say no. It's best to provide some ideas or some ways that they might be able to look at their topic from a new vantage point, or how might they approach it or ask different questions that could provide that new sort of insight. So again, when you go into peer review, don't just try and answer yes or no to the peer prompts. That will not earn you full points for this assignment. You really want to help your classmate get some ideas and get some constructive feedback that'll help them move into the editing and revision process. And then lastly, Number 14. Oh, actually, let me scroll back up. Number 11. Next to lastly, the infographic. If for whatever reason your peer does not include an infographic with their rough draft, please do not just answer not available for questions 11 through 13. What would be most helpful here is to provide some ways that your peer could use their textual data in a visual representation. Again, what this is doing is helping someone that you are recognizing has not provided a piece of the assignment yet, and rather just saying, oh, no, you don't have it, you're helping your classmate out and saying, well, although this isn't present, here are some ways that get to you using the information you've already collected to create an infographic. And lastly, number 14, please, please, please do not answer see the above. This is not a full response to this question. So you can approach this with two kind of different mindsets. One, you can either provide some new insight, something that has not been included in questions 1 through 13, or you can highlight the information. But what I would suggest doing is putting it into bullet points by the key areas of feedback. So the example I gave here is topic sentences. So that could be one of my key feedbacks. And under that, I would say you had great central ideas, but the topic sentences did not help lead into those issues. Consider using an outline to help you create a list of your ideas, so on and so forth. So again, I gave a central point of feedback that I noticed was repeated throughout the entire paper, and a specific reason why I felt that was an issue, and then I also gave a suggestion. Those are key pieces of the peer review that I think will really help you and your peer really enjoy this collaborative process. Best of luck, and I can't wait to see you in our workshops. Bye, guys.